Some. All right, guys, today, Arizona 87 South, up Mount Ord. We're going to go in a Newmar Ventana model number 4037 with a 400 horse ISL Cummins engine. And set the stage a little bit here. No Jeep, just the RV, a little scooter on the back with a camera mounted back there. So I'm gonna throw up a gauge view. This is a brand new view for me. This hill can be kind of deceptive for people in the summertime. It doesn't appear to be much on paper, and then there they are on the side of the road with a cooked up car. So here it is, guys. Hill climbing 101 in your RV or any kind of diesel heavy duty that you're pulling with. If you're a commercial driver, get your RPM up around 2,000 RPM, anywhere between 1,800 and 2,100. Should be no problem. And there you go. Grind her up. That's the end of the story. Yeah. Okay. So what we'll do then is we'll just go on up here, and you can see that temperature slowly start to rise, slowly, and then all of a sudden it just really starts to go. And for this particular RV, the speed at which it's increasing in temperature in certain conditions, and this canyon is one of them that really gets RVs, because you're going fairly slow and there can be a wind that's blowing in there, and between that and the ambient temperature can be over 100 degrees, no problem. It really sets everything up for not really good engine cooling on some of these RVs. They're designed for the look. They're not designed like a car is, or a commercial truck is, or anything. They're not actually really designed to maximize the driving part of it. So it really can catch RVers off guard, and they cook them, and it's a very expensive trip to come over here with a tow truck. So get that RPM up, like you can see right there. I just dropped it at the bottom of the hill. Just accept it, right? Drop it into fourth gear, and get your RPM up, and away you go. A former truck driver, back in the day when the speed limits were 55 miles an hour. So I learned how to do math, right? The difference between going up this hill at 50 miles an hour and going up this hill at 60 miles an hour, well, the dang hill isn't that long, right? I mean, how much time am I possibly going to lose? And the guarantee, the chances that I'm going to have a successful trip are way higher than if I was trying to. If I was in fifth gear with my foot to the floor, I'm sure it could handle it. But it's definitely putting way more stress on it than this, and I'll give up that 30 seconds in time so that it's not a big deal. So my goal was, hey, that road is rough. Holy lick! You got a view of the scooter. I should try to find that on the back on a moto tote motorcycle carrier. It's rated for 600 pounds. The little scooter's 300 pounds, and it's bouncing around back there. It moves a lot, and but everything's in specs. Everything's done the way it's supposed to be done. So there really shouldn't be the problem, but I can tell that it's moving around a lot, because when people come up behind me, they end up camping out right there going, holy cow, I think that scooter's going to fall off. We should just stay right here, so if it does, we'll have to run it over. I'm not sure anybody said that, Do they? Okay. So we're almost at the top of the hill here. What's my temperature at? Oh yeah, we came back down there. You know, you saw it go up to 212 or something. The high speed clutch fan, it turns to its high speed mode at 210 degrees, and it usually will climb to about 212 before it starts to pull it back down. And on a real, like in the middle of summer, today I think the ambient temperature says it's like 85 degrees or something. But in the middle of summer, in August, it can easily be, 105 degrees through that canyon, especially down at the bottom. And it makes a significant difference. So here we are at the top. There's a brake check area. I'm going to ditch that gauge view because you got everything you needed there, and we'll throw up a tail cam view, if you will. I had mounted an old Sony action camera, like an X3000 or something like that, up on the ladder up by the air intake, the engine air intake. I thought I could get some cool intake sounds. And I did. I'd start up and around the campground and stuff. But rolling down the road here, I don't know. You be the judge. I brought the level down to it where you can hear it, but it's not so annoying. But it really doesn't sound that great. You can't really hear the sounds. I got a couple of other videos where I had I have a Verb mounted on the scooter on the back, going up through the Salt River Canyon, and just where it was mounted, right behind the radiator kind of thing there, sitting on that hitch. It was a lot better shielded from the wind, and you could also hear the clutch fan kicking in. You could hear the engine brake kicking in and out. A 3-stage engine brake. You'll see it here. You'll never hear me hit the service brakes. I'm just rolling along, and I turn my engine brake on, and I'm cycling it. If it's a 6 to 8% grade kind of thing, I'll just cycle between a medium and high. It's a 3-stage engine brake. So, and the general rule, right? I mean, just to be safe and simple, and again, do the math on the time kind of thing. The same gear that you have to be in to go up the hill should be the one that you're in to go down the hill. That way, you're going to have a high probability of success. You just did it. Your engine can take it, so there you go. So that's the deal with an engine brake, as opposed to an exhaust brake. An exhaust brake just restricts the amount of flow through the engine, whereas an engine brake actually uses the engine to physically slow down the drivetrain. So on high, up around 2400 RPM, that engine brake is going to be bringing 400 horsepower backwards. That's the deal, right? So that's maximum. So somewhere in there, down this hill here, I'm rolling. I'm in 4th gear. I don't put it there. The engine brake will bring it down there. What I do is I set my speed, because I've got enough miles on this rig to know that if I'm going to 50 mile an hour, I'm going to have my engine braking kicking in and put me at about 2100 RPM, which is a nice hard pull with the engine brake. Faster than that, it likes to rev the engine a little bit, and I don't want to strain it that hard. So that's why you have to, the next stage up, where you would just grab the next higher gear, puts it all the way up over 60 mile an hour, and that's uncomfortable in an RV on a road like this. It's just you know, you can do it for sure, and some people are brave to do it, but why? Again, with the math, it, it if you don't have an extra 4 minutes in your day for the drive, you know what? You're just too close to the wire. All right, so that's pretty much it. That was the big pull, and we came down and the tail view and blah blah blah. So what we're gonna do here is we'll just keep rolling a little bit, and I'll take away that noisy view from the back, and we'll just finish it off with a nice, cool little GoPro footage. Boy, that is wide, isn't it? I'll have to see what that actually looks like on our real TV. What is this, Kitty Hawk Creek or something like that? Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, the speed limit here now is up to 65 mile an hour. And when it's like that and the road is big, you know, I usually go about 60, 62 kind of thing. 65 to 70 miles an hour. I think my tires are only rated for 70. Uh, it's just not worth the risk. All right, guys, we's about ready to wrap this up. So thank you so much for coming along on the ride. Leave all them questions in the comments. I cherish your comments. Actually, I don't read them at all. All right, guys. Just having a good old day, and we'll catch you later. Thanks again. Bye. Semsi. Oh boy, there's big old Rosie. Oh, that makes me feel good. You go, big Rosie. Oh, you go, big Rosie.